co-founder of RainCheck. Will's the other co-founder. We started the business at Stone and Chalk, probably about beginning of 2015, so it's been a few years now. I used to work with Will. We used to develop a lot of e-com platforms, mobile platforms for Publicis Group, so we did a lot of work for big brands. And one of the things that we noticed while we were building these e-com sites is there was a hell of a lot of the online shopping carts were abandoned. It's like 70-80% of abandonment rates, and I thought, you know, that's a massive figure. Why is the rate so high? And you know, there's the usual reasons that things are too expensive at the end, or there's a shipping cost, or people don't want the delay in getting things delivered. And we thought, no, there must be another reason that it's that high. And we found through our own research, a lot of people were adding things to shopping carts because they had no way of saving them. So we originally started the business to solve that problem for e-com retailers. So basically, the original idea for RainCheck was to track and influence online product discovery to in-store sales, so transcending the online and offline world. One of the biggest problems is that although there's 85%, a lot of people shop around online and discover products, most of the transactions still happen offline. It's 92% there, but in Australia it's about 7.8% at the moment. When we started the business a few years ago, it was like 7.2%. There's a lot of hype around e-commerce, but it's not growing that quickly. So our solution was basically, if you find something online that you're interested in, a product, then you can save it into the cloud. We'd notify you if you're near a place that actually stocks that item in the real world, if you're near a shopping centre or a shopping precinct where that brand is. We also can link the product discovery to your existing payment cards, whether debit or credit cards, and from there we can offer rewards, cashback, and different offers. Why now? The retail industry is huge. In last year it was $24 trillion. If you can see on that chart there, the 2.2 trillion was online, so it's a small percentage of the total value of retail sales. Where we come into it is digitally influenced sales that occur offline, which is $15.8 trillion. Over on the right-hand side, you'll see $225 billion, which is the online digital marketing spend. A lot of people are spending money on digital marketing, converting people through digital means to sites where they're looking around, finding products, but leaving and not knowing what happened. Did they go to one of our stores? Did they buy anything? Can't see much. Card linking. Basically, part of our platform is a lot of people got loyalty cards. They're everywhere. Every time you sign a loyalty program, you usually get another card. We thought that's ridiculous that you have to have so many loyalty cards. Why can't you just use payment cards? So we're doing card linking with Visa, MasterCard and Amex, where we tokenize the cards into a hash token, and then we leave that next to your profile so you can just add loyalty programs to your existing payment cards. So when you actually make a purchase using a debit or credit card, that it picks up the reward points, the offers, or even cashback. So basically our platform now offers a loyalty as a service where people can onboard customers from existing CRM systems, use EDMs or social media to encourage them to link their cards to their program. And basically on the other side we can add offers and all sorts of other things to the existing cards they use. So offering that service, we thought that the problem that a lot of people have in loyalty at the moment is there's big loyalty coalitions like Flybuys, Qantas Rewards, Qantas Flybuys, Woolworths Rewards. All of those programs are great, but a lot of people are accumulating loyalty points and a lot of people aren't actually using them because they're so hard to use on a lot of the programs. On these larger coalitions that are running these loyalty programs, the problem they have is that they've got a lot of money, a hell of a lot of money, hundreds of millions of dollars in some case sitting on their balance sheet that's owed, and a lot of people aren't using them. So they actually want to get that off their balance sheet from that side, and people, what they really want is they want a form of loyalty as a digital currency that can be transferred or aggregated across and used at multiple different retailers. So we thought there was an opportunity there to actually create something using distributed ledger technology or the blockchain that could solve that problem. Basically, we obviously going after the big coalitions is an obvious thing, but you have to start somewhere. So our existing retail brands that we work with, a lot of them don't have a loyalty program. It's too much of a capex, an expenditure program to put one in. So using card linking in our platform of online to offline commerce, it's easy for us to actually enable brands to pretty much just sign onto a cloud-based platform to offer loyalty to existing customers that's linked to their card. So basically they can start offering reward points, cashback and offers directly without much of a capex spend. The platform features, we've got the online to offline capability, we've got POS integration, card linking, inventory feeds, whether it's online or in-store feeds. We've started in retail. There's obviously a lot happening in travel now, which I'll show you in a sec, and also in the duty-free market. These are the markets that we operate in. We are using the Stellar blockchain. We decided that was the way to go. We looked at Ethereum. Ethereum's a great network for raising capital, but it's not a very good protocol for building things on. The Stellar protocol made a lot of sense to us because of the transaction speed. The cost of the transactions are very minimal. The smart contracts are easy to use. They're not as complex as ERC20s. So we've started building out our wallet at the moment and the loyalty ledger on the Stellar blockchain. This means that we can offer loyalty points from different retail brands on different loyalty programs. Using smart contracts, each point will have a different value depending on who the brand is and what they're offering. The market opportunity, obviously everything for the retail or the end user or the shoppers will be free because it has to be. Retail brands and loyalty is the market that we've played in for the last few years, and that's the obvious choice for us, whether it's online or in-store. Payment service providers, Adyen, PayPal, those guys, they're really good at offering payment gateways online. This will offer, if a lot of, as we saw before, over 90% of transactions are still happening offline, it offers them a way of picking up the sale that started online that finished offline. Financial institutions, banks, tier 1, tier 2 banks, we can offer them a loyalty solution as well. And we're talking to a few of the banks here in Australia. Channel partners, telcos, we're working with Skybuyers is one that I touched on earlier. Skybuyers are using our platform for the whole global duty-free market. They're working with Airbus, Panasonic Avionics, concessionaires and airlines to digitise the duty-free market. It's duty-free market's a market that I can't believe hasn't changed in so many years, but it's all changing now. Select is another one, third party we work with that does a concierge service for luxury goods globally. Why do we choose Stellar? There's a small matrix there that just explains some of the features of the different chains. I've got blockchain included in there. And Ethereum is basically, you'll see that Stellar can do transactions in 3 to 5 seconds. That's mainly because of the consensus protocol that it uses, which is using basically nodes that are part of quorums and quorums that overlap each other. Called quorum slicing, they can actually reach consensus quite quickly. They average transaction fees. It's hardly anything on Stellar. Obviously, as you know, if you've traded in cryptocurrencies, you'll know that Ethereum's quite volatile. Got up to $68 at one stage there. These are just average prices for a transaction. Transactions per second, obviously Stellar, this is rated at 3,000 transactions. The Bank of America's actually got that up to 10,000 transactions per second recently. And then, yeah, you've got the consensus mechanism there, proof of work on both Bitcoin and Ethereum. Ethereum's probably going to release Casper next year, which will switch it over to proof of stake, but that'll probably sit over the top of proof of work at the same time, which we believe will probably be a bit of a problem when it happens. They're all decentralised, obviously, and non-for-profit based. We're also an IBM World partner. We have been for a few years. So we're very pleased to know that IBM's pretty much backed Stellar as well, which you've probably heard about. Token economics, there's a total supply of 2 billion tokens that we're releasing. It's called the RAIN token. The RAIN token will basically represent loyalty points from different brands and be able to be aggregated across different retailers, traded or exchange between people that hold them. You'll see there that the 35% distribution pool for the ICO raise. We have a large rewards pool as well, plus the strategic pool, because we want to be able to stimulate the market and fuel it from new brands that are coming on to get their programs running. Roadmap, we've come a long way. We're pretty much down here at in the middle at the moment. Q4, the whole crypto market's a little bit down at the moment. Not sure what's going to happen. I believe that my personal opinion is that I think some things are going to turn around pretty soon as some certain announcements get made in the next couple of months. But it's a lot stricter now. I think people are looking for investments in ICO. Obviously, tokenization is a very positive form of building tech out, and I think that people now are more concerned about hitting milestones and actually backing their investment into the ICOs, depending on whether you hit those milestones. Also, exchanges, getting listed on exchanges seems to be a big thing with ERC20 backed tokens. Stellar, we can trade from day one on 3 exchanges that'll be available as soon as we list. That's Stellar Port, Stellar Term and Stellar X, which I think Stellar X will launch in a couple of weeks. Should look out for that, it'll be pretty amazing. We've already started work on the wallet and the loyalty ledger as well, which is probably due early next year. That's myself and Will, who's over here. We co-founded RainCheck a few years ago. Peter Bremner's part of the team, Dave Henderson also there. We've got a really good set of advisors from Oracle, Woolworths Holdings, MasterCard, a lot of people in retail and digital tech, and security. Data security is obviously quite important as well. That's it.